Our Three Different Worlds by Nicola Winters. Chapter 3. I was going out for a walk as I normally did, but this time I felt well rested. Virgil was missing from the castle, so I was looking for a girl who looked like him. My path took me past a house, and in the early morning I saw a girl on the ground with long black hair and a simple gray dress that covered a lot of her skin. "Hey, young lady, are you all right?" I asked quietly. She flinched when I offered my hand. "I'm sorry, please," the voice said, sounding like Virgil. "Wait, Virgil? What happened, Cherry?" I asked quietly, but worried for him. A guy busted through the door and yelled, "Get away from my daughter!" "What have you done to him?" I asked, glaring at him. "Virgil, please, take my hand." I offered him my hand and again, but he still seemed too scared to move towards me. "Virgil, get over here and sit beside me," the guy said, with Virgil moving towards him before he got struck by him. "How dare you talk to him and tell him you're a guy?" The guy came close to me, but before he could strike me, I heard a guard say, "You shall not be laying a single hand on him." The guard put the spear between us and watched the guy fall to the ground after he was shoved. "Give her to us," he said, when he moved closer to Virgil, ready to beat his ass. "Go with them, you stupid mutt," he growled, giving us a glare. Virgil got up to his feet and came to me with his eyes locked upon the ground. I offered him a hand and suggested, "How about we go get you some more comfortable clothes?" He was timid about taking it, but he grabbed my hand. His silver eyes looked so dead compared to the little bit of life he had in his eyes yesterday. I gave him a reassuring rub on his hand, trying to help him realize that everything is all right now. "What was that about?" "Do you know this girl?" the guard asked as we moved to the closest store that we could get some clothes from. "Yes, I do. This is actually a guy being forced to act like a female, and we have been close friends since we were young. His Majesty even thinks fondly of him," I said with a smile. We entered the store, and I picked out a set of clothes in purples and grays that I felt he'd like and handed it to him for him to try on. "Go try these on." Virgil grabbed the clothes, and I went to the clerk and paid for the clothes so that Virgil wouldn't have to worry about facing someone quite yet. He exited the changing room, and he looked so nice in the clothes. "Cherry, you look so good. How about we leave the store? I already took half paying for it." He just nodded, and I saw the guard giving a bit of a questioning look. "Go ahead and ask what you want to know." "Why is he not talking?" he asked. "He seems to have been abused in his house for a while, and has finally fallen apart," I whispered in his ear. "We should try not to bring it up too much so that he can heal at his own pace." The guy nodded and walked over to him and walked beside him while I walked a bit behind them. "It's a wondrous day, isn't it?" the guide said, trying to make small talk. Virgil nodded quietly and watching the ground around him. "I heard it's supposed to rain soon. How about we rush back to the castle beforehand?" "How about we rush to the castle before it rains?" Virgil looked at him for just a second before looking away. "Let's get up there so we can get a look at you," I said quietly, trying not to scare him. "So what is your name?" I've never seen you around before. Well, it's because you were normally working when I'm around that we have never truly met. My name is Lionel Abaddon. My name is Lionel Abaddon, he said, looking at me in the eyes. Why did you need my name? And so I may refer to you properly, and I may request for you to be near us, I said pretty seriously. He looked a bit flustered and continued walking before saying, thank you, Doctor. Just call me Lucious, I said with a smile. He's the only one who's been so kind as to help me before, even if I could protect myself. I stopped for a moment due to an odd feeling without Virgil and Lionel noticing till they were about 20 feet away. I heard a movement and summoned a weapon to my side with a frosty mist surrounding it. Someone moved closer to me, and I sent my weapon towards them, hitting them in the shoulder. Present yourself, I ordered. Go to the castle. Doctor, I shouldn't leave you. Just go. I'll meet you after I take care of this, I said, giving them a look to just do as I say. I hate using the luck, but it gets them to go and do as I ordered. If you are as careless as that father, then it shouldn't last long. He lunged towards me, and I dodged, just looking at his pathetic attempt of an attack. You smell of alcohol, I said, rolling my eyes. I may be a doctor, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't take me seriously. While fighting, the drunk guy missed one presence. While fighting the drunk, I missed one presence. Got a nice cut through my back. I sent my blade to take them down by using the weakness. I wouldn't kill them. That spot was a knee. Guess I wasn't careless. I guess I was quite careless myself, I said, remembering my wound inflicted upon my back. I need to handle that when I get the chance. A different guard came over when they got the word of a commotion and saw me with my weapon still summoned at my side, but the frosty mist was absent. What happened here? They asked. Some fools attacked me while I was on my morning walk, so I took them down just as they would stop trying to attack me, I said quietly. If you guys can handle this, then I shall be taking my leave. Yeah, you may go, and I'll handle the rest, they said, sending me off. I turned around and started walking away before I was stopped for a moment by them saying, Wait, Doctor, you're injured. It's no big deal, I said, disappearing into the crowd. The walk to the castle seemed longer than normal, but to be fair, it was more painful than normal as well. I walked up to my chambers and I collapsed into my bed. God, I don't want to get up, but I have to so I can help Virgil. I let out a small groan of pain and tiredness, and even with all of the events happening, it was much too early for me to be this tired. A knock echoed through my door before I said, Enter. Well, enter. I got reports that you were injured, Doctor. Are you alright? Lionel asked, seeming to get closer to the bed after he entered. Soon enough, he kneeled right next to me Soon enough, he knelt right next to it, looking at me with caution. Lionel, I am fine, I answered, sitting up in bed. How's Virgil doing? You shouldn't be too worried about him. When you were clearly injured and you seemed still be bleeding, Lionel said quietly. I'm fine, I said, standing up. It's just a small wound. His Highness entered the room and gave me the listen to me look. You are going to let him take a look and help you with your wounds. Then you are going to rest, he said. Yeah, not a chance, I said. I'm fine. I stood up and walked straight up to him. Arcadius, if you want me to rest, I'd need to be more injured than this. Lucious, you know I care about you guys, right? Any injury can be a serious one. Any injury can be deadly, too, if not taken care of properly. I'm just trying to make sure that it heals right, His Majesty said, grabbing my face, making me look him in the eyes. It wasn't a harsh grab either, but a gentle grab that showed me he was serious and cared. I'll handle mine after Virgil's. In one of his hands, he had glass still stuck in. That was probably true on other spots of his body. So please let me handle this, I pleaded quietly so that Lionel didn't hear more than, please let me handle this. Fine, but you are not to be doing any work till tomorrow, after you patch up Virgil and yourself. Understood? Arcadius asked. Yes, my lord, I answered, breaking out of his grasp. Arcadius smiled a bit before he walked out of my room, leading me to Virgil. I have a request for you, Lucious, he said as we walked to a more hidden room. Virgil hasn't uttered a word since he returned today, and since you were the most approachable out of everyone in the castle, I would like it if you two were to have a chat. Of course, Your Highness, I said quietly. He opened the door to show me Virgil was sitting there, just sitting there, staring at the ground. Hey, Virgil, I said, walking over to him. Oh yeah, Arcadius. Could we have Lionel staying near us? He's the type of person that would do some good around Virgil. Or at least for right now, I said, looking away, a bit embarrassed to talk so well of a guard after being cooped up in my room for so long. As you wish, Arcadius said. Abaddon, you shall be under his orders till you are released by him. Yes, my liege, he said, bowing to the king. He rose to the king's symbol and guarded me. Now, please get me a medkit from my room, I said. Thank you, Arcadius, for allowing this. Lionel disappeared to go get a medkit, and Arcadius just nodded. It's no problem. I should probably head back to my courts, he said, ready to leave. After this, if you know what happened to him, please tell me. I'd like to get it taken care of and see how they like the treatment that they gave Virgil. Of course, I know a bit, but I think it's better to collect a bit more information so I can get the story right, I said, quietly hoping not to set off a bad response from him. All right. Please sit with me for a while after this, Arcadius said, walking up. Of course, my lord, Lionel entered the room and handed me the medkit, all tense. No need to be all tense. It's not too real of work, so don't worry too much. I kneeled down next to Virgil and saw him flinch a bit. Hey, Virgil. How are you feeling? Virgil looked away like he was considering something before he mumbled, I'm fine. That's good to hear, Cherry, I said, fully sitting down on the ground. Would you mind if I take a look at you so that I could help you with your wounds and the glass that is still on you? Virgil nodded, letting me see his arm.